Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So, long time no see. It's the end of July and I posted my first video in January. I have filmed so many videos in the past couple of months and I just never edit them. But this is the one. This is the one that's gonna start it because I'm gonna edit it and upload it literally tomorrow. Today, I'm gonna be doing my July reading wrap up because I read a good amount for me this month and I thought I'd share what I read. So yeah, so this month I read 7 books. And yes, this is not 7. 2 of them were audiobooks, but I'm counting them. So, 7. Okay, so first up, I read the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th books in the Heartstopper series. I watched the TV show back in May, and I just absolutely fell in love with it. I got the first book, and I read it in like 40 minutes. And I was like, I need more. I read the second one in one day, and then I read the 3rd and 4th within like a 3-hour time frame because I got distracted. And they are graphic novels, so they go pretty fast, but sometimes I get distracted. I love this series so much. I love this series so much. Like, I love every single character. It just makes me so happy. The 1st and 2nd volumes is what the 1st season of the TV show was based on. It just makes me so unbelievably happy. The 3rd volume, Nick and Charlie and their classmates go on this trip to Paris for a week, I think, and it talks about them navigating their relationship in Paris, and then he starts to notice that Charlie's kind of going through some stuff, and it just like, it kind of starts to get a little bit more heavy in this book. There's still light and fluffy moments, but the 3rd and 4th books kind of like delve into some heavy topics, but it's done in such a good way. Like, oh my god. Anyways, definitely look up trigger warnings before you read these books, especially the last 2, because I don't think that the 1st and 2nd really talk about issues at all. And I think Alice Oseman is working on the 5th volume, and I started reading it on the webtoon, but I think she stopped for a while, but hopefully she continues because I'm obsessed. That's all. So, oh, and I gave those all 5 stars. I also gave the 1st volume 5 stars. Literally anything Nick and Charlie Heartstopper related, I will give 5 stars. I love them so much. So next, I read Good Girl, Bad Blood by Holly Jackson, which is the sequel to A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, which I read back in May. And I rated that one 5 stars, and I rated this one 4 stars. I didn't love it as much as the first one because the first one it was just so good and it just had me hooked. This one still had me hooked. I just felt like it was a little bit slower, but also like, I feel like there wasn't as much to uncover in this one. Like, there wasn't as much of a mystery because it wasn't so like scandalous. Like, there wasn't so many layers to it, if that makes sense. In this book, Pip, the main character from the first one, releases a podcast talking about the events of the last book, and it kind of blows up. And then her really close family friend goes missing and no one will look for him. So she decides to take it up and does a 2nd season of her podcast talking about her friend who's missing and helping to find him and everything. There's like a subplot with this guy from the first book who is just a character. It was good. It was good. It just wasn't as fast paced from the first one. But it was still really good. And I love Ravi so much. Okay. Then I listened to As Good as Dead, which is the third book in the Good Girls Guide to Murder series. And I think I gave this one, I think I also gave it 4 stars, but I think I would give it 3 stars. It's like a 3.5. It just went in such a totally different direction from the first two. It's my dog's birthday, and we gave her new chew toys. So if you hear squeaking in the back, that is what is happening. So anyways, it wasn't really much of a mystery. Like, it was kind of solved by the end of the first half of the book. And I thought it was really obvious. Like, if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. I thought it was so obvious. Then the second half of the book takes such a turn, and I just don't understand why they did what they did. I mean, like, I understand why they did what they did, but also, like, so... I get it was for the plot, but they just went through so much when I think ultimately they could have just made it really simple and avoided a lot of possible trouble for themselves. It was still good. The ending, I was like crying. The last page, if you know, you know. I did rate it 4 stars. 3.5. 3.5. And I listened to that one on audiobook because I have the paperbacks of the other two, and I didn't want to get the hardback, so I'm waiting to buy it until it comes out in paperback. Then I listened to This Winter by Alice Oseman, which is a Heartstopper solitaire novella. Solitaire is like the spin-off series from Charlie's sister's point of view. And so This Winter is kind of like, it's told from all 3 of the Spring children's perspectives. So you get Tori's, Charlie's, and Oliver's perspectives on Christmas Day. And it takes place like during Heartstopper Volume 4. And it was really good. It almost made me cry. I love all of these characters so much. And they can do no wrong. Alice Oseman can do no wrong. I rated it a 5 stars. Again, check the trigger warnings for those. Yeah. And then, finally, I read / listened to It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. I have beef with this book. Let me start off by saying I rated this a 3 stars. I don't think Colleen Hoover's writing is for me. I read Verity last month, and I rated it a 4 stars. It was good. It, you know, it was a page turner. I enjoyed it. This one was so slow until the last, like, 100 pages. I didn't want to read it. Okay, I know a lot of people love this book, so don't get mad. Like, it's not for me. It wasn't for me, but respect if you love it. I understand why. Like, there were some really good lines in here. I started tabbing it, and it just took way too long, but I did highlight something at, like, the very end that got me. Like, there are some really heartfelt moments in this. There are some really funny moments in this. There are really some cute moments in this, some deep moments. Like, it's good. I didn't really like the main character. Also, my name is Lily, and her name is Lily, and it's really weird to see your name in a book this much. Number 1. Number 2, I only really cared about Atlas's storyline. Was not interested in Lily and Ryle's relationship at all. From the beginning, I didn't like it. I liked Atlas. Also, something that I did not like, that I just could not look past, is that all of like the letters that Lily was writing to Ellen felt way too detailed to be letters. Like the writing itself, like it would be like a whole paragraph of like really, really detailed, like he walked over there, then he picked this up, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, you wouldn't write all of that in a letter. And then it would flash back to be like, dear Ellen, like it would talk to Ellen. And it just was like, I just couldn't look past it because it was like, it didn't feel like a letter. It just felt like it was being used as an excuse to talk about the past through a letter format. So she didn't have to like actually write out the past. Like, I don't know if this is making any sense, but like, I couldn't look past it. Something about Colleen Hoover's writing is that I feel like she just says so many, like she writes so many actions that it's like, I walked over by the closet, I pulled on my shoes, the door was opening, it was my mother, I walk over to her, take her hands, I sit down on the bed. Like you could have said that with so much fewer words. Like that's just a pet peeve. That was my problem with Verity too. Like it just feels like there's too much being said to say simple action. And I don't know, maybe that's just like a really stupid pet peeve, but I don't like it. Also, I just felt like it went on for a really long time. There were lots of like time jumps and chapters that I felt like, I was like, do we need it? And also, could this have been condensed into one chapter? You know what I mean? I did want to cry at the end. The epilogue did get me. If you know, you know. Will I probably read the sequel? It's about Atlas, so probably. I don't think Colleen Hoover's for me. I think I have one more Colleen Hoover book on my shelf. And then I don't know if I'll be reading any more. We'll see. That was my July reading wrap up. I will be posting my August TBR soon. Thank you guys for watching. And if you enjoyed the video, leave a like and subscribe. See you guys soon.